and then I'm not hearing anything else from you. I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
That's fine.
I'm just
That's
gonna
fine.
no, do not talk. Stop.
I said I won't say anything else.
Just stop.
That's how you treated me in October of 2024 as well.
I'm done. Oh, there she is.
Good morning.
Gil Stanford.
All right. Miss Norman, can you state your name?
Susie Norman.
Okay. And that's a wrong screen. No, it's okay. I'm good. I'm good. All right. Where are we on this case, folks?
At the last hearing, we were reading on the evidences I sent. One was a flash drive.
Yes.
Due to the weather and the courts being closed, it hadn't been logged yet.
Correct. I think also, we have it now.
Yes. And I believe that your coordinator helped Mr. Stanford to play his flash drive.
Right. Did you get all the stuff off of the flash drive?
I did see the video of the previous hearing on that, yes.
Okay. And so with reference to that previous hearing, you have something you're holding up. What are you trying to do?
I submitted to the court an answer to that, and I sent a copy to her. I don't know if she's received it or not yet.
Is that the response to defendant's objections and evidence submitted about January 15th, 2024 hearing? That's what you, okay.
That's correct.
All right. Have you received that?
I have not.
Okay, folks. All right. All right. Somewhere along the line, we've got to make sure, because it becomes impossible for me to conduct a hearing where one party has submitted something and the other party doesn't have it. And I'm not saying, I'm not blaming either party. I'm just saying that's the cold-hearted reality of where I end up.
Your Honor, may I say
how did you send this to Miss Norman?
U.S. mail.
Okay, well,
yeah, you know, and
that's gonna be.
I thought our hearing was a little later in the month. I thought she was going to get it, and I just got the notice about our hearing date yesterday. So I was thinking maybe I should.
Well, that maybe should tell you something about the mail. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I think we have Miss Norman's email, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, folks, I'm not sure that. Yes,
can I say something, please?
Yes, go ahead.
That video from the hearing from 10/22 of 2024 has on there where Mr. Stanford waived his right to monetary damage and rent because of the case, and my case being I dismissed my case in order to come to that end. So I don't know. I just feel like at this point, it's, we're just on the court's time and we're wasting it with,
well,
all of these things.
Ms. Norman, I understand what your position may be. My position is that if somebody submits something to the court, I have to at least look at it and consider it. The very fact, I don't think, if you think about the last hearing, you submitted something and I didn't get it because of whatever the circumstances were. I didn't have it. I don't think you would want me to proceed without having that. Mr. Stanford has submitted something. I'm not going to have a problem going through it. You just have to have it so that you can respond to it if necessary, because you're entitled to have it. Here's what I'm going to do. At this point, there'll be no additional filings. All right, because I don't want to end up in this circumstance. We have Ms. Norman's email.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what I'm gonna do to expedite the process, Ms. Norman, because normally I put it out however long it may take the mail to get there. I'm gonna have my staff copy what Mr. Stanford has submitted, email it to you so that you have it. Okay?
So,
And then
so what
my
happens
next-
then? He's got an answer to the video, and then I see something on his answer, but yet I can't
then
answer.
you guys can argue that before me. Miss Norman, I can't force this to go any different.
I don't
If
want
I
to
could-
argue. I want it to end. I want it to end. And this is just how we were in October of 2024. Frustrating you.
So I am not frustrated. I'm frustrated by your failure to
I'm not a failure.
permit the court to
I'm not a
proceed
failure.
with how it has to proceed. I just explained to you why I can't do it the way you want me to do it.
Because he submitted an answer. Is that correct?
What did I just tell you, Miss Norman? What did I just tell you?
Sir, I've been in this courtroom almost probably 13 times now. It's very frustrating for me. I'm not a failure. I'm doing everything that I can to end this court case.
Ms.
He has-
Norman, I'm
I'm
going to
just-
tell you this, and then I'm not
I'm-
hearing anything else from you. I'm going to do what I got to do.
That's fine.
I'm just
That's
going to,
fine.
no, do not talk.
I
Stop.
said I won't say
Just
anything else.
stop. Just stop.
That's how you treated me in October of 2024 as well.
I'm done. Then here's what we're going to do. We're not sending it. She'll wait for the mail. I'll just adjourn this case out. Where are we adjourning it? Yep, we'll just put it out so she can get the mail. I'm going to do it that way. I was trying to expedite it for her, but she's going to treat me rudely. It's not going to happen that way.
Rudely.
Give
I'm
me a
very
date. I'm
respectful.
done. Mute her because I'm done with you.
March 10th.
March 10th. I'm adjourning this to March 10th, 2026, 9 a.m. Thank you. You can kick her out.
Thank you. See you then.
Yep. We need a Mandarin interpreter.
Would you like me to do that now or do you want to do your something first?
I don't know what he wants from me.
Okay,
Huh?
I will request.
Well, I'm going to step off and then I'm going to deal with them. So don't request it yet. Been standing in recess. Everybody can remain seated. That's-
O'clock at night, where they have a counter claim, so I would like to motion to get a continuance in order for me to be able to.
To answer the counterclaims.
Yes,
All right.
according to the statute, whatever the court deems
All
appropriate.
right. How much time is it going to take for you to answer the counterclaims?
Well, to answer the counter between 21 and 28 days is what I would like in order to be able to get out the,
No, I probably won't give you quite all that time, but okay.
I'm
I
sorry.
probably won't give you that long.
Okay,
to
well,
file an
the-
answer.
The court deems appropriate, but you know, I will try to do my best.
All right. All right.
Your Honor, we would agree to a month because we have some additional discovery to conduct. We just received this case last week and we don't have all
Oh,
the
students
documents.
are so cute. We'll agree to a month because we don't care about the court schedule. We just got to go to class. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Don't mean
We
to
just
interrupt.
got this case last week, Your Honor, so we don't have all the documents yet. And we discussed with plaintiffs that we would ask for maybe a ledger or any communications or documents relating to any repairs that will be an issue in this case. And this would also give us time to file any FOIA requests to get inspection reports from the city, Your Honor.
So do you have a problem with the month adjournment?
No, Your Honor. That's good. The
Nobody,
notice coming
nobody
in,
cares
the-
about my docket. Nobody cares.
Or, you know, but-
No, I know, you're saying whatever. They don't do that. They come in just like demanding a month, but they get that from Santa Croce. Just demanding time. All right, let's do it this way. Do you have a ledger that you can provide them and repair records?
I will provide them with whatever I have, I will provide it to them. Yes, I do have a ledger.
Okay,
I have payment ledgers, I have, you know.
okay, but what about documents regarding repairs to the
I would
premises?
have to look them up because there has never been any repairs except for one time, 2-3 years ago, when there was a little water problem. And I had to pay a plumbing company to come and clean up the
line.
line. They did that, and after that, everything has been good. And
Gotcha.
besides that, repairs, changing of smoke detectors. It's been basically because it's
Okay.
solid construction and it doesn't need a lot of repairs. Oh, we did change the roof 2 years ago. That was but that was preempted.
So you're going to be able to provide that ledger to them, say, within the next
Yeah, I
week?
will provide them with everything that they asked me for.
Okay,
And I will also be asking them to provide for a lot of proof because they have a lot of allegations that are out of the air. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, Ron.
all right. No, that's okay. So, well, here's what this is the way the court works without necessarily issuing a formal order for discovery. I expect the parties to cooperate with each other regarding the information. So if you ask them for something, to the extent that they can provide it, if it's there, the obligation is there for you to provide that. Same applies to you.
Yes.
All right, everybody's understood regarding that? All right. So what I will do then is I will indicate that you're to answer the counterclaims. In this case, you're to do that by February 24th. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to get an answer in on that.
Okay.
Okay?
Ron, one question, please.
Yes, sir.
I need them to provide their address because I heard that the address that they gave is not their address, but it's
You need to provide who?
the
Tenants?
the defendants to provide their correct address so that notifications can be made correct.
In terms of the,
Whatever address they want to provide to be notified to.
you mean in terms of your answer?
Yes,
Your answer should be sent to their attorneys. You shouldn't be sending things directly to the defendants.
so we do not need to have their address or anything on record.
Well, why do you need their address at this point?
Okay, the first thing that I was going to do was to send them, which I already probably provided them. They need to provide the address when they move 5 days after they move in order for us to be able to provide them with whatever.
Oh, 4 days, but yeah, go ahead.
And we haven't had that yet from them. So that would, you know, I would, in case anything like that needs to happen. And, but otherwise I would just,
Well, hold on a second. At this point, you're seeking to provide them something.
no, I already did the last time.
Okay, hold it. I'm trying to figure out, why do you need their address right now?
Simply because the law says that I need to have.
They were supposed to supply to you a forwarding address within 4 days of the date of vacating the premises. And their failure to do so has its ramifications if that becomes something involved in this case.
Okay.
So you don't need it. Any communication that you're going to have or make to the defendants in this case, you need to go through their attorneys.
No problem. Your Honor.
All right. So you're to answer by February 24th.
I will.
All right. And then I will adjourn this matter to March 10th, 2026, 9 a.m.
We have one more issue to raise.
Of course you do. Why? Because they're from Michigan. There's always going to be an issue. Go ahead.
Right before this hearing, that the property in question is owned by a corporation that plaintiffs own. They own the corporation, which then leases the property to plaintiffs, which plaintiffs then lease to our clients. And under law, they can't represent a corporation. So we're just unclear on the law specifically here. But we just want to raise that to the court.
Well, who is the lease with?
The lease is with plaintiffs. They're just leased from their corporation.
So you're. Well, why would they have to have an attorney and couldn't represent things? Because
They can't represent a corporation if they're not a licensed attorney.
but are they representing the corporation? You're indicating that the corporation leased to them. And
Right.
so,
But the corporation owns the property, so the prior order giving them possession of the property would be to the corporation.
why wouldn't I treat them the same as I would, that this really is a sublease? So
You're right.
if I treat it as a sublease, why would they have to get an attorney?
Your Honor, we don't have a clear answer on the law at this moment. We just wanted to raise because it does add some complications or possible complications to this case, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes, sir.
it seems like a perpetual, it's a wholly owned LLC. And in order to avoid having to retain counsel, to represent that LLC, it's some sort of perpetual sublease to themselves individually. And then they lease it. Just, it seems clever at the very least. But I don't know. I mean, it obviates the rule that if you own a piece of property in a corporation and you benefit from owning a corporation, you have to hire an attorney.
Well, except that, I mean, you're right in terms of what you just stated about an LLC and the benefits that an LLC gets. The difficulty is in doing it this way, and the danger for them, while maybe clever in doing it this way, is that any liability is going to attach to them personally. And so that may be a problem.
For tax purposes, LLC doesn't have its own tax return. It's part of the individual return. So the legal identity seems the same. I mean, look, they've been great, but we always prefer to have counsel on the other side. But we just wanted, I've never seen that before, so I just wanted.
I haven't either, and it's probably because the liability issues are probably potentially going to be substantial, and you're probably doing it this way. Frankly, they're going to lose the protection that the LLC has, but that may be their business. Yes, sir.
It's not an LLC, it's an incorporation. It's a C corporation. I live
Okay.
in the apartment where the lady lived. Where she.
Yeah, but sir, here's
And
what the,
myself.
okay, you talk over.
I'm sorry.
Go for it.
I'm sorry.
Here's what the issue is, and I don't know that I'm going to necessarily address it today. They've raised it as a potential. Is that it doesn't matter what type of corporate entity owns the premises. That corporation has leased to you.
Yes.
Okay. I think you need to understand that should they prevail on some issues, the liability for some of this goes directly to you. The corporation is not a protection from it. There may also be issues, and maybe this is what they're getting at. There may also be issues of if it is a circumstance where the corporation isn't really there, that it's just there in name, but you guys are operating, then they're going to go behind that corporation if they needed to get at the property. So,
I understand that, you know.
okay.
Corporation is legal, everything is up to date. And it's,
Yeah, but so let me put it this way, and I'm not saying that it is, but if it were a situation that the corporate entity is really nothing more than a sham, that can create other problems for you.
I understand, Your Honor. But
Well, I hope you do. I don't know if we'll get there. Pardon?
It's an interpreting corporation which owns the premises, and it works with the courts. I provide interpretation for the court. I'm a qualified interpreter, so the corporation is good, Your Honor. So I have no qualms.
Well, it may be for some purposes and maybe not for others. Yeah, I'm going to suggest to you, sir, this having been raised, because I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I'm being very careful in what I say, that you may want to get some legal advice, because I can see where it may potentially cause some problems. Anything else?
That's it, Your Honor.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure, Seattle?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
He's a Patriot fan. He's a
Your
Patriot.
Honor,
You know what? I should take him. I should have you take him in. See? No. He didn't know what to do. He's like, oh my God.
one more question, Your Honor.
Yes.
You gave me 14 days, but if you give me 21, since they are asking for a month, that way I can have a little more time to provide them with whatever they are asking me to get it.
I need an answer by then. I'm not saying that I need all of the documents.
Oh, okay, I'm
I
answering
mean,
legal purpose to, if anything comes up, I can add it to the answer. Is that correct, Your Honor?
I'm not going to say it that way. You need to answer their counterclaims by that point. The providing of documents and other information between the parties is something that is going to continue throughout. So you get the 2 weeks. You can provide an answer to this in 2 weeks. I'll see you guys in 30 days.
Okay, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have it write it in Bulgarian. Just what? Just see if he can, because I don't know if he's telling me the truth. I just don't know. Just saying.
I'm impressed. I didn't realize you read Bulgarian.
I do. I'm fluent. Yeah.
So much.
That's peace. Thank you, guys. Take care. What is this last?
Requires a major interpreter.
Requires a what?
Major.
No, it doesn't.
Is present, but I don't believe tenants are.
Wait, what is this on for?
They are not paying.
Okay, he's gonna. Sanford versus Norman.
comments and Zoom you're on.
The air that suspect was running northeast through the neighborhood. We proceeded to that area as there are 2 schools directly in that area. And based on information, Kevin posted threats. So we got to that area initially to help set up a perimeter and contain the area, potentially catch the suspect.
And were the suspects eventually caught?
Yes.
And were you involved in the apprehension of either suspect?
No, I was there when Mr. Jones was caught, but I did not apprehend him.
Do you see Mr. Jones in court today?
Mr. Jones is to my left. He is next to the defense counsel.
And what's he wearing?
I'm sorry, green shirt, white undershirt.
And I'd ask the record reflect the in-court identification of defendant Jones.
Without objection, record shall so reflect.
Once Mr. Jones was taken into custody, and was there also another suspect?
Yes, there was. Officer Gilby had apprehended the passenger of the vehicle, Mr. Smith.
So at this point, with the suspects in custody, what did you do next?
I was assigned to the scene where the crash took place to go through evidence in the red or burgundy Malibu that had crashed out on the scene.
And describe for the court what you did in terms of going through that vehicle.
We did a search on scene of what we could clearly see. I observed that on the passenger side floorboard of that vehicle was a black Glock 17 that had a purple grip and an extended mag in it. Actually, it was Detective Allen would have made that safe, and we photographed the scene too. Also located a black with designer Gucci backpack on the floor of that same vehicle. Within that backpack, I found an ID for Mr. Jones and several parts to make an additional 4 Glocks full auto.
When you say parts to make additional Glocks full auto, can you describe for the court what you mean?
Yeah, it's an auto sear that allows the Glock, when mounted on the Glock, allows the Glock to fire in fully automatic with 1 pull of the trigger. So 1 pull of the trigger gets you continuous fire until you're out of ammo with the gun jams.
And how many firearms did you observe in that motor vehicle?
1 in that vehicle.
1 in that vehicle. And was that vehicle similarly modified to fire in fully automatic?
I'm sorry, was that vehicle?
I'm sorry, was that firearm that you found?
Okay, yes, it was. It had a Glock auto switch on it.
Were there any other firearms at that scene?
Yes. There was a Glock 40 10mm on the passenger seat of Officer Gilby's patrol car, and there was a Glock 19X tan in color that was on the driver's seat of Officer Gilby's patrol car.
Said 19X.
19X, yes. Okay.
And do you know where those firearms came from?
The Glock 40 was recovered by Officer Gilby.
I'm just going to object to any hearsay there, Your Honor.
I've already heard the testimony, so it doesn't matter. I know where it came from.
I
So,
understand.
yeah, I'll sustain the objection, but it doesn't matter.
Understood.
Go ahead.
Thank you. The Glock 17, do you know what the caliber of that firearm was?
You're talking about the one on the floorboards, correct?
Yes, sir. And then you also said there was a Glock Model 40, correct?
Yes.
And what is the caliber of that firearm?
10mm.
After having searched or gone through that, or actually take that back, did you find anything else in that Malibu that was connected to Mr. Jones?
As I previously said, I found his ID in a backpack.
Do you know to whom that vehicle was registered?
I don't off the top of my head.
Was there anything else in that vehicle at that time that belonged to Mr. Jones that you could tell?
Not.
Okay. So after having searched that vehicle, what did you do next?
Photographs were taken of the scene. The scene was eventually cleared. Officer Gilby's patrol car and that vehicle were brought back to Ann Arbor PD for a further search. We were blocking the whole intersection of southbound Platte at Lorraine, right when school was getting. I believe Scarlett and Mitchell were down the street, so it was heavy traffic at that time.
Now, you were the officer in charge for this investigation, correct? Your Honor, there are 2 videos that are of the scene itself. We do have a stipulation between counsel for the admission of those videos and further foundation. So I would ask, I will go through that at this point, but I would ask to admit them through Detective McDonough.
Judge, we've conceded foundation and waived the chain of custody and the need to actually call the business owners who I think are the actual individuals who would be able to authenticate those. We concede for exam purposes that Detective McDonough could lay the foundation, and we're going to accept that for exam purposes.
Exam purposes only.
All right, very good. Go ahead.
Thank you. Can you describe for the court the video that you or that other detectives were able to procure of the scene of the shooting itself?
There's actually two videos in particular. One is from a vape or a smoke shop in that plaza near where the barber shop's at, and the other one is from Indian supermarket that's in that area.
And
Packer and Platte area, city of Ann Arbor.
now where are these two businesses located in relation to the gentleman's barber shop?
It'd be the same strip mall on the south side of Packard, east of Platte. All connected buildings.
And which one is closer?
I believe the vape shop is.
Okay. But both of those businesses had security cameras facing the parking lot, correct?
Yes.
I have the video up. If we could connect my laptop, please. All right, Detective McDonough, looking at the screen, what video is this?
Could you just hit play for 2 seconds? This is of the Indian supermarket.
And can you describe for the court again where you described where it's located? This video is about 25 seconds long, so I'm going to just play it in its entirety. I'm sorry? I'm sorry. Your Honor, this is what I have marked as People's Proposed Exhibit number 4. Detective, having seen that video, depicts one person coming out who runs across the parking lot. Do you know who that person was? Yes.
I'm objecting. There's case law in which states that an officer without personal, well-trained knowledge of an individual cannot look at the video and make an identification. I apologize for not being able to give you the exact citation, but the best evidence rule 1, video speaks for itself. And 2, this officer has no more experience and the case law will not allow him to make an identification based upon the video.
The identification of anybody, you're saying?
Of a person in the video, yes. Case law does not prohibit allow an officer to look at a video and without a long history of knowing this individual, make an identification as to the identity of the person in the video. That's well established.
Your question was, Mr. O'More,
Was if he knew who the person running across the parking lot was.
quite frankly, without even ruling on that, I'll sustain the objection. I don't think I need it for the determination the court has to make it anyway. No, but I'll sustain the objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, has the court seen the video sufficiently?
Yes, I have.
Thank you. And then Detective, you said there was also a second video from the vape shop, correct?
That's correct, yes.
This video is about 2 minutes and 45 seconds long. I'm going to move forward to about the 2-minute mark. Right now, first of all, this is what I would mark as people's proposed exhibit number 5.
This is the moment the courtroom changes. The judge stops being patient. This is no longer a warning. Every word now carries consequences. One wrong move, and freedom disappears.
Detective, from this view, can you see the shoes the person in gray is wearing?
Yes, I can see one of the shoes anyways.
Can you tell from this image what kind of shoes those are?
I
don't think I can either, unfortunately.
Based on what I'm seeing, they appear to be some sort of slip-on sandal.
Or has the court seen the video sufficiently?
I am.
Then based on the,
And I don't want to keep taking up, but what it appears is speculation, Judge, and I object on the ground that he's speculating without any foundation as to the sole, the color, the brand, or anything. He just guessing, and anybody can guess for that reason. So
He's not really specifying a brand. He's saying that it's a slip-on.
Judge, again, with all respect to this honorable court, the best evidence rule, you will be able to watch the video. I don't believe he's in a position to say, I guess, or I'm assuming that's still speculation. The best evidence rule says the video speaks for itself.
Okay. And quite frankly, from the previous time that you stopped, I see very clear pictures of who's in the video. So I don't know that I need the shoes, but go ahead.
I've seen the video, Your Honor, seen the shoes. The court has issues. Questions about what the shoes were, we can always play it for the court.
Absolutely.
Based on the stipulations, Your Honor, the people would move to admit people's exhibits 4 and 5.
Based upon that stipulation, exhibit 4 and 5 are admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective, in the course of your investigation, did you have the opportunity to identify any vehicles that were in the area of that shooting?
Yes.
And was there a vehicle that you observed to be in front of the barber shop when the shooting began?
Yes.
And what was that vehicle?
Mercedes SUV.
And then did you have the opportunity to inspect that Mercedes SUV?
I did the day after the shooting
And where did you do that?
at the registered owner's residence.
And in the time that, or in your, what did you find when you looked over that vehicle?
With the driver's side.
And what did you do based on that, what you observed there?
Photographs were taken of that particular Mercedes, and myself, Detective Sergeant Garrett, and Detective Lewis responded out to that registered owner's house, removed that door panel, and a bullet, they fired on the casing, fell from the second floor.
And could you describe what that bullet looked like to you?
It's an intact FMJ, so full metal jacket bullet, intact, that had already been fired, appeared to be a larger caliber.
When you say a larger caliber, did it look like a 9mm to you?
It was bigger than It was bigger than a 9mm compared to the considerably larger.
And where was that vehicle located in relation to, at the time of the shooting, in relation to the victim of the shooting and the people on the video?
I am gonna object to, Judge. I don't believe that he's allowed to actually, he's now offering an opinion about where the bullet was found or where it was observed in connection with other evidence. That's for the fact finder.
Question is, where was the vehicle located? In
That's correct, Your Honor.
relation to what?
In relation to the victim and the shooters.
So you had an objection also?
I'll wait.
All right. In exhibit 4, can I see that vehicle, the Mercedes SUV?
In the video?
Yes.
Yes, it's there.
So I think I recall seeing it, but can you put 4 back up
Yes, sir.
and then take care of this objection?
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'm now playing what I've marked as People's Exhibit 4.
And sir, where is that Mercedes?
Facing the buildings that the two subjects are walking by. It's the Mercedes SUV. If you play it a little longer, I'll be able to.
Okay, go ahead.
The subject closet right there. It's that SUV that he's walking by. The subject that is going into the parking lot.
Gotcha. Okay. So now I know where it's in relation to, so objections overruled.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You had an objection?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
In the course of the investigation, were there bullet casings found?
Yes, numerous.
And where were those casings found?
In this parking, based on my investigation, in this parking lot here on the curb, but I did not collect those casings.
And to your knowledge, were casings found in the middle of the parking lot, or were they found along the sidewalk near the businesses?
Based on the investigation, closer to the business.
Were any spent casings found on the Packard side?
Judge, I don't see where his personal knowledge is coming from. He says he didn't collect the casings. So he has no personal knowledge as to where these cases.
I'll sustain the objection. I don't know if I'm going to need it. Quite. I mean, I've seen what I've seen. So,
what were the caliber casings that were recovered?
9mm casings and 7mm casings were recovered from the scene.
thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I have no further questions.
Any cross?
Yes, thank you.
Need to get.
Detective, good afternoon, good evening. I'm okay, thank you. All right, let me got a little bit to cover with you. There was a lot of video evidence that you had to attempt to collect, collate, assemble in this case, right?
Correct.
And much of it was from nearby businesses. And one of the things that you can do with as much video evidence as existed in this case is you can attempt to put together kind of a rough timeline of when individuals arrived at the location, what they did, where they went, things of that sort, right? Now, there were something like, I don't know how many businesses, and I don't want you to guess, but there were, it seemed like 7 or 8 different businesses that you went to, or you're to attempt to collect videos. Yes. I want to identify 3 specifically if I could.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know that there's in Bombay, what's it called? Bombay?
Indian grocer.
Grocer. Okay.
Don't quote me on that name.
I'm going to quote you on the Bombay part. Okay. So there's the Bombay grocer. They had video. Yes.
Correct.
Then there was also, I believe you said there's a Vape World and it had video.
Yes.
And then there was video from across the street from a business, what was it called? Cromax?
I don't want to speculate, but there is a business called Chromax. I don't know what it is.
It was like an auto repair shop across the street, or auto supply.
There's,
The reason why I ask is that you were able to there's more video than what was displayed for you in court.
correct, yes,
So let me see if, and you've watched it.
yes.
And I don't want to say that you've watched all the video, but I'm hazarding to guess that you watched all the video in this case.
For a lot of it.
Yes. So let me see if I just want to see if you could assist me in putting together a little bit of a timeline, and if you need to resort to any of the video, or you could take my word for the video having watched it, and we'll kind of muddle our way through it. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
So it appears to me that by looking at the Chromax video, now the Chromax video actually faces the business itself, sort of is parallel to the barber shop and the Bombay and Little Caesars. Is that right?
It's directly across Packard.
Right. So yeah. So I said parallel, directly across. So
Directly across.
the video looks, when you watch the video, it actually looks out. You can see cars coming into the parking lot.
Towards that, the target area in question.
Now, let's assume for the sake of discussion that you were able to watch enough of it and you could observe the time approximately when the red vehicle, or was it red, orange, whatever color it was, burgundy, the Malibu, we used to call it Uberland when I was growing up, but the Malibu, when it entered into that parking lot for the very first time.
Are you asking me what time it entered?
I'm asking, you are able to do that. You're able to look at that video and determine when it entered into the parking lot, correct?
Yes, but I don't recall the time. I thought you were asking the time. I don't recall what time it entered into the parking lot.
Would you, if I said to you that the video, that Malibu entered into the parking lot I'm just attempting to see if you attempted to put together a timeline, or if we can, at least for the record, that the Malibu entered into the parking lot sometime around 13/24/20 that day.
I see that video. I recall that time frame.
Well, would you agree with me that that's the vehicle, as far as you know, that contained, at least, and I'll just refer to my client, that contained Mr. Smith? And would you agree with me that there's a point in time where it appears that Mr. Smith and another entered into a Little Caesars that was in that? And in one of the things that we didn't discuss on direct examination with the prosecutor was that when you went through the Malibu, you found evidence of Little Caesars being in the Malibu itself, correct? Yeah. And the Little Caesars itself actually has a date and a time on it, does it not?
I believe there was a receipt on the box.
Receipt. So you can tell that it's, by just doing some simple sort of comparison, that the Little Caesars that was in that vehicle had just been purchased earlier that day. So is it fair to say that in your investigation, you concluded that Mr. Smith arrived at that strip center where the barber shop is and the Little Caesars is about 9 minutes before Mr. Thomas arrived?
Again, I'm not seeing the video, so I don't know the time off the top of my head.
Did you, and again, I'm not challenging you, I'm saying, did you attempt to figure out, other than me doing it now with you, whether Mr. Smith and his colleague arrived at that strip center before Mr. Thomas and Ms. Burns? Did you attempt to figure that out? Did you attempt to figure out whether Mr. Smith and his friend arrived at this strip center?
Yes.
Before Mr. Thomas and his friends did?
Yes, that would be a fair statement.
And you did determine that, did you not?
Yes, correct.
And you determined that they had arrived before.
Say that car was there first.
And then while Mr. Smith and his friend are at this strip center, another vehicle enters into the parking lot, which is the vehicle that contained Mr. Thomas. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that and at one point you can actually see and determine when Mr. Smith and his friend went into Little Caesars, correct?
Yes.
And you can corroborate that time on the clock or on the video with the time on the receipt and the Little Caesars in the back seat, yes?
Yes, that'd be a fair statement.
And you can figure out what time Mr. Thomas, not only did he arrive in the parking lot, but what time he actually entered into the barbershop, because you have those times. And in your investigation, you concluded, did you not, that Mr. Smith and his friend were inside the Little Caesars when Mr. Thomas entered the barbershop?
That would be a fair statement.
Now, I want to sort of see if this makes sense. You were able to see the time that looking at the entire Bombay surveillance video, you're able to figure out the time that Mr. Smith and his friend entered into Little Caesars and also exited Little Caesars, right? And it's clear to you that Mr. Smith and his friend took the Little Caesars back to the vehicle, the Malibu. And that Mr. Smith at one point goes back to the Little Caesars, correct?
I won't disagree with you.
Now, when Mr. Smith went from the vehicle back to Little Caesars, he had to walk by the barbershop, did he not?
He did, yes.
And there's
Caesars is further to the west.
And there's video showing Mr. Smith walking on this pathway back and forth.
Right.
Would you concede to me that by looking at that video, that when Mr. Smith walked back towards Little Caesars, he went to appears to pick up some kind of a soda because he came back with the soda. Does that make sense to you? Now, when Mr. Smith walked by the barbershop, that's when Mr. Thomas was inside of it, yes?
Yes.
Mr. Smith doesn't look into the barbershop, right? It appears that walking back from Little Caesars with his pop, we know that, again, Mr. Thomas is inside the barbershop. Mr. Smith walks by the front, yes?
Yes.
And he doesn't look inside again. Would you agree your investigation shows that? Now, there does come a point where Mr. Smith goes into the barbershop himself, yes? And we can see that on the videos, yes? Now, when you say, I know.
Yes.
No, that's normal. I know what you're saying, and I suspect the judge knows what you're saying, but the record has to support a yes or no. Now, did you check whether or not, whether Mr. Smith had an appointment at that barbershop that day? You've interviewed people in the course of the case. Did anybody tell you that it appeared that Mr. Smith needed a haircut?
No.
Nobody?
No.
You're sure?
Nobody told me.
Okay. Did you check? Do you know whether the barbershop takes walk-ins?
I do.
Clearly, if one had an appointment or wanted a haircut and the barbershop took walk-ins, that would be a perfectly appropriate reason to walk into a barbershop, would it not? Now, there comes a point where, and I'm just going to kind of, not to belabor things, but you were able to, some of these cameras had pretty decent resolution.
I would agree.
Decent enough that you're able to actually see what Mr. Smith was carrying at various times, yes?
Yes.
And what he could even see the things he had in his hand, yes? And you could even, I think at one point, you could see, I don't want to say it, but you could almost see the look on his face.
Yeah.
Now, you would concede that when Mr. Smith at all times, as he's walking back and forth on this in this plaza, he did not have a face covering, a balaclava, or a face mask. Is that right? Would it be fair to say that at times Mr. Smith appeared to be, from your viewing of these videos, appeared to be smiling? Now I want to go right to, if we could, right before the confrontation with Mr. Thomas. Right before that, would you tell us whether, based upon your investigation, you determined, as Mr. Smith was walking by the barbershop, were his hands empty or were they full?
I don't recall. I'd have to see the video.
Okay. I'm just going to ask you some questions, then we can talk about the video. We can look at some stills, whatever is easier. Would you concede to me that he was carrying a pop, or I say pop or soda, and he was carrying that at the time as he walked by the barber shop right before the confrontation. Would you concede that? So that's one thing in his hands or arms, yes? And what about a phone? Would you concede to me that he had a phone out as well?
Again, I'd have to refer to the video on that.
And 1 second, Your Honor.
Okay.
The courtroom goes silent. The judge doesn't need to shout because everyone understands what comes next. This isn't anger. This is control, and control is far more dangerous.